It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Ayanda Senemukuba. Born in PE, grew up in Cape Town.
My name is Pumeza Makwili from Eastern Cape as well. Pedi, Hlalafe Kailicha, Harar.
Siabulela Changel is my name. I'm a dispossessed Azanian.
My name is Bani Lepol. I would like to follow my president here. I'm a displaced and dispossessed Azanian as well.
I'm coming from Eastern Cape.
Nkwame Qedile, Pan-Africanist. I'm a lover of Africa.
Our politics are like bubblegum, and they just stick to even those that don't even understand them. They just stick. So at the end of the day, when it gets to people voting politically, they just sway. So what happens now, you find a system where, okay, when before the elections of 1994, you had all these small parties which were like cultures or a way of life. And then after that, you had a lot of groups coming into play.
And to add on that, the other thing also, DA is not talking about land, it's talking about just lifting the bourgeoisie class up, especially Zila was actually quoted saying that in Western Cape it's unfortunate that the middle class is lacking. They are interested in those things. We're not...
I didn't want to even entertain the topic of a DA.
They want to.
Since I actually began looking at politics as a boy, I never ever heard them saying anything that this is what we're gonna do. They always said, this is what ANC is not doing. How can I actually vote for someone who actually tells me what other people are not doing and not actually tell me what they can do? So I don't know your capacity, I don't know your capabilities.
EFF has in its, documents non-racialism, and it is basically their backbone that they are non-racial. We know what is racism, what is racialism, what is non-racialism. Because blackness is something different. Non-racialism doesn't allow blackness as a language, because blackness is not like this thing. It is our economic positioning. You see? So non-racialism doesn't recognize the historical, actions that put us there.
I was attracted to EFF. I actually joined and I was like, yo, let's go, let's conscientize. But I saw the capacity that was not there to the people, because we did the road shows. People were more interested about the berets more than what you were saying. So that actually put me off. And now when you actually ask even the leaders about, can you explain this statement? What does Lenin Marx Fanon say? Where is the
class?
And then you cannot even it's the class, and this one is.
It is a contradiction, because we were not colonized as a class. We colonized as a race. Yes. So Fanon teaches us to destroy everything that was used against us.
We always wait for those politicians who said, we are going to deliver bread and milk for you. You must wait for us. We always wait for them. You see, that is the problem
I'm coming from Gugulet today. The Department of Agriculture and what? Yeah. They delivered compost, wheelbarrows, and seeds for people to plant. So the food parcels, they speak volumes. People are hungry.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not.
The cancer in this country is the ANC, the organization. It was formed not to liberate us. That should be very clear. That is why Mandela surprised because Mandela was thinking to Mandela. Because
I was there.
When this thing was formed in 1912, actually, it's vungu, so they need to form something as obathetelela. In 1944, okay, 1921, there was a revolt, yabantu ababefuna ukuthi baphele kuhlukunyezweni zimines. ANC sent delegates to say, no, we are fighting. Stop this thing. It was a full-blown revolution. If you want to read about it, Jonga, Professor Kwandi were called, it is the twilight of liberation. It's a very beautiful book. Kapakati. 1944, we sat as Pan-Africanists in Manchester, deciding ukuthi kufuneke kwenzeke ntoni na. Then London influenced a strong debate within ANC efake element ye-Pan-Africanism. There was a lot of debate that resulted in 1941 program, 1949 program of action. AI very clear and very radical. Bahamba i-house niggers aboma yemadoda lento lisixamasa nobani nabelungu bethu. Because i-ANC ijoyinwe ngabelungu kwakuqala isanda ukuba khona zii-communists ezimhlophe ezafike zafaka umoya wokubana lento mayingabikho radical suka. uMandela wenze into eyekudala beyifuna kakade noXuma. uXuma wayehlele ngugqirha inja kagqirha eyathi ngexesha sifuna ukulwa yasiphozisa uDr. Xuma. We know that.
I think ithetha kahle nokudala.
Sise ngo-1955 beza ne-document which is absolutely anti-black into yoba ugxothwe endlwini kokwenu uthi xa uphandle kuthiwe masithini nomlungu ungowapha kodwa mna ndihleli ngaphandle kuthiwa yithi ungowakhona nawe mlungu ungowakhona kukusa oko
ude uyibone
and ukuze uyibone uba i-ANC bihleli njalo kutheni beza Okay. For you to understand the whole thing that you see about the ANC's decisions and laws and policies, you should locate it within how it was formed. Because if you can look at in 1996 when they decided to have a TRC, it was a very strong and a vivid affirmation that Tina, we are just house Negroes. Yes. We will beg people that we sit down, we want to forgive you.
Yes.
They come. We please come here. We want to. They begged to forgive them. Groot Crocodile said, "I'm not coming." Groot Crocodile said, "I'm not coming." What are these? Yes, because it was a ritual that was anti-black. How was it anti-black? I took your lento yako ndiyenze yam. What would then be a recourse?
I forgive you. Please give it back.
No, that was not Mandela. Mandela said for
That's what you
Mandela
said.
and
That's what you
Tutu.
said.
You know those.
I forgive you, it's yours.
I forgive it's yours. Can you borrow it me sometime?
Yes, Mandela said no, just forgive them and let them, have the fruits of the land. When I stay hungry over there, in the shacks, I'm going to give you. There's a beautiful policy otherwise called RTP. I'm going to build you decent houses. There's going to be better life for everybody. But please, don't touch the issue of the land.
Yes.
It's very sensitive.
Mandela sold out because, he came in there as the revolutionary, We want to get our land, we'll nationalize, blah, blah, blah. Came back, It would be nice to say he came back sissified. He spoke a different language. Okay? Spoke Khalid Mohammed said he's a boot-licking, butt-licking house nigger.
Yeah.
And nothing else but house nigger.
Those niggas
forgave
all the wives.
And yet he was angry towards Abantu Bamnyama,
Not even forgave his wife.
And then he says,
they're all forgiving.
I fought against white domination. And I fought. No, he said, I fought
Against black domination.
He said, I fought against white domination.
And
I fought against
black
black
domination.
and the truth is that
Where did
what?
he ever dominate?
Wait. How is it that whites are still dominating the economy?
Yeah.
How is it that whites are still the first subjects? They are the citizens
In
of
the
this country.
meantime.
And then where was this black domination?
So I think it's
democracy is actually in tandem with the euphoria of globalization. What is globalization? The only person who defines it perfectly is Henry Kissinger. Kissinger, what is that? Kissinger calls it a new term for U.S. domination. We are dominated by the imperialists through their systems, because starting from 1944, they effected the IMF's, World Bank's, and all these systems that are busy restructuring Africa and telling us how to govern ourselves, telling us what is it that we should do in order to govern us according to global standards. Who sets those standards? Are them. So up until we revolt, we vomit, we reject their ways of thinking, their worldviews, we shall then be on the path of an outright, a liberation of the black race. That is what we need to do. Because if we keep on trusting that these people can give us tools, we are joking.
a clear example
You're
of
another house nigga.
a future like the current Nelson Mandela is Barack Obama. Barack said to the people, mostly blacks, like Madiba said, yes, we can. But he never said what.
Hashtag, we can't hold them accountable.
When he was speaking in his ambiguous statement, Pana, the blacks were like, we in power now.
Yes.
Because we have a black guy. And they even said you had your cartoons, Boondocks, says black president. You had your rappers singing what's that song by I forgot even his name.
My president is black.
Yeah,
Yes,
my
Lamborghini
Lamborghini is
blue,
blue. Yeah.
nigga.
You even had those songs because now you have a black guy
But we
in
can't forget that
presidence.
we
But
can't
the problem
forget
is
Americans.
the black guy said, yes, we can.
Yes, we
And he
can.
never said, yes, we can as black people. Or yes, we can as white people. He just said, yes, we can. So Barack failed. The blacks went and said, what did you expect?
Barack.
He's a black guy. He's only starting. So don't blame the
Give him another 10.
Give him another 10.
He's
And
screwed
then-
One more
We
time.
know that as black people, we are intellectually dispossessed in any way. Let's bring that back. Let's bring that back and speak to our people and engage even the government, saying that you know what.
No, look at the idols. People are excited about the idols.
We know
People
that.
are excited
We
about the
know
coke.
that. We
There's-
are
people
aware
put
of
their names on cokes.
Mamela, we are aware. People,
Those are
we are aware of corporate pedophiles and all those things that are working with the system. But
Hashtag
what do
corporate
we do?
pedophiles.
What do we do as us? Is like as voting sigqithisa ndithole kunina. What do we do? Sigqithisa nje sento usana kunina. Sigqithisa usana kunina. As what? We know what's the problem. We have identified the issues. Voting as our people. EFF is our typical example of how we measure how this thing is working. People are just taken up by the euphoria of the new party and everything around it.
It's a recycling of material.
Let's
Recycling of
engage
material.
our people. Even if
Hashtag.
let's make noise. Let's make noise about this. Conscientize our black people. Chinweizi actually said that. No, Henry Clark said that. You know what? When a Chinese do something for China, it's common sense. When a black person does something for blacks, you are racist. You are named everything. We need we need to love black first.
Things have gone haywire in this country. Ne? We are seeing an individual, a citizen of this country building a city for himself with our own money. And then in the end, he tells us that once we take a picture of that house, it's treason. You'll go to prison. You know? So, and people have been arrested.
And yet this
You
is a
know?
democratic country.
And so my point here is that
come on.
whether we like it or not, laws that are going to be barbaric are going to apply upon us. And we are going to, let me make my point here. Whether we like it or not, so I am for that all those that made blunders since 1994, they should be imprisoned.
When we embark on a decolonization process, we shall vomit, destroy, ridicule, and throw away each and every value that was foreign and brought to us by them, their institutions, their systems, and everything. So any political party that purports to be our voice should, embrace that.
My dream is for each and every black person in this country to look at a white person straight in their eyes, and that a white person shivers and cack in his brook.
My dream is to see like the youth, especially those youth who are unemployed, you see, to get better chances of improve themselves. I mean, it's a very, very havoc situation that I cannot even imagine that we have been brought by this so-called political upper class ANC, including all these whatever.
My dream is the exorcism of the impure whiteness which has been enforced onto the black skin and the black person. Furthermore, is a national pride, pride of culture, pride of self, understanding the roots where we come from, and actually taking pride and ownership of that and celebrating that as a being.
My dream is to simply have a working media system within the township that would assist and better ourselves and the township as a product.
My dream is to see black people taking ownership of who they are and who, when they walk in the street, exudes dignity and they love themselves and we love each other. That's my dream.
Oh, my dream is to see a liberated black race. Everywhere in the world, I want to see my people freed from the shackles of the white race with their white monopoly capital.